Today we are destroying a scammer who claims to be from Microsoft, but I actually traced his location down to this apartment complex in Punjab, India. He runs one of those tech support pop-up scams that look like this.
Important security message. Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer.
This fake message will appear on a victim's computer out of nowhere, leaving them scared and confused. If they call the phone number on this fake pop-up, they won't be connected to the real Microsoft support, but rather a group of scammers in India. Let me introduce you to Gurmeet Singh. So the plan is simple. We will pull up Gurmeet's live webcam feed on the TV for everyone to see, and then open a malicious file that plays, this. Hold on, wait. Before we get to that, let me give you some crucial context. Usually, I confront these scammers alone, with no extra assistance. But Pierogi from Scammer Payback is hosting some sort of hacking event at his office. So instead of confronting the scammer by myself, I thought it would be a better idea to fly over to Pierogi's office and do it with a full team of hackers instead.
What are you doing, dude?
He's taking a picture so he can send it.
Oh, he's trying.
All right, so I'm going to walk you through the scam and how it actually works, because I think it's super important for you to understand how these guys are ripping people off. Then I'm going to show you the scammer's live webcam feed and their exact location. And finally, we're going to give these scammers a taste of their own medicine. They think it's okay to destroy people's lives. Well, let's see how they like it when we destroy their computers and their entire operation with some FBI malware. Okay, so this is what happens. Let's say you're just trying to browse the internet, maybe trying to log into your bank, and you click on what looks like a safe website, but scammers have actually paid for certain keywords, like certain search terms on these websites, or they have paid for sneaky pop-ups to take over an entire web page itself. So you land on this sketchy website thinking everything is fine, and then boom, out of nowhere, a pop-up takes over your screen. It's telling you your computer's full of viruses, your Facebook's hacked, your bank account is compromised, and you need to call Microsoft support or your computer is going to be fried. Now, you might think that 800 number is Microsoft, but if you call that phone number, you won't be connected to the real Microsoft support, but rather this specific scam group that we're about to show you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, click on cancel. Click on cancel in the middle.
Enter.
Click on cancel. Cancel in the middle of the screen. Click on cancel.
At this point, the scammer will sort of take on the technical support role. They'll ask you a bunch of questions, sort of what led up to this issue, and then they'll have you install a remote access software on your computer, something like TeamViewer or AnyDesk.
I'm basically initiating a remote session with your computer. Okay, and type on the very top address bar www.support, like I'm supporting you, SUPPORT
Support, okay?
.me, M-E, M as in Mike, E as in Echo.
Yeah.
So once the scammers gain access to the victim's computer, they'll sort of misdiagnose the machine and make up a bunch of non-existent issues. It's kind of like a shady mechanic that's working on your car, and as he examines your vehicle, he comes up with more and more issues.
Can you look at over here? Can you see all these
What?
Look on the screen. Can you see all these network services which are getting stopped over here?
Stop, okay.
Yeah, and
Control,
yeah,
authentication.
and all these are Microsoft services which are getting stopped. Can you see all of them?
Yeah, I do.
If the victim falls for the initial pitch, the scammers will just go in for the payment. Now, most of these scammers will usually do a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan, or even lifetime support, which is literally a joke.
There are 2 licenses available for it, okay?
Yeah.
First license is the basic license, valid for another 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Second license is the advanced one, valid for another 7 years. Hope you know this thing. Microsoft is going to discontinue Windows 10 this year and going to launch Windows 21 this year. So you can auto upgrade it to the latest window.
Okay.
If you choose it for the 2-year license, it costs you $200. If you choose it for the 7-year, it costs you $400.
Here's the thing though, if I could catch these victims early on and warn them about the scam, they could potentially do a chargeback or even call their bank to dispute the transaction. But some scammers have actually changed their tactics over the past few years, and they started using new tactics where they don't just stop at charging you for some technical support. Their main goal is to drain your entire bank account. They'll gain access to your computer and run the usual scam script, but here's where it takes a turn. Instead of charging you $1,000 for some tech support, they're going to try to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars, and sometimes even millions. Why? Well, because the scam isn't about providing tech support anymore. They're trying to convince you that hackers are stealing your identity and you need to move all your funds to a new secure wallet. But in reality, the scammers are the ones stealing your money and robbing you blind. Okay, so this scammer over here, Gurmeet Singh, lives on the outskirts of Punjab. And if we zoom in over here, we can kind of see that he is in the greater Mohali area. And it's really interesting to me because I sort of traced his location via the neighboring Wi-Fi networks, but there isn't many buildings around, you know? So the fact that the red pinpoint is directly landing on this building makes me pretty confident we got the right address. And you know what bothers me is like these guys think they can just hide out in a small building or an apartment complex and kind of stay under the radar, so nobody knows where they're really operating out of, and they can just do their illegal activities and be out of there. They think they're smart because they won't be exposed or located, but we found them. So now most of you know that when I gain access to a scammer's computer, I like to download all of their files. And something really interesting that I picked up in the middle of the investigation was a lead list that included details of over 100,000 innocent people. Now, of course, my team and I deleted this off of Gurmeet's computer, but you might be wondering, how did he obtain all of that personal information? And to tell you the truth, there's an entire underground industry of data brokers that basically buy and sell your personal information. I mean, even someone like me who tries to stay pretty anonymous online still gets bombarded with hundreds of emails, spam phone calls, and all sorts of shady stuff. Sometimes I find myself wondering, why isn't there a simple way to delete all of my personal information off of the dark web? Well, thankfully I found Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Now here, look. Aura has been supporting the channel for almost 2 years now, and I absolutely love what they have to offer. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information, and their system automatically submits opt-out requests on my behalf. This is very helpful because data brokers make it super difficult to opt out by design, forcing you into a very long, tedious process that might not fully even remove all of your personal information. That's why whenever people ask me, how do I remove my personal information off of the internet, I just tell them that I use Aura. I mean, this year alone has already been ridiculous for data breaches. T-Mobile suffered a massive breach, impacting over 40 million current and prospective customers. Hackers gained access to sensitive personal details like full names, email addresses, phone numbers, and worst of all, social security numbers. With so much online presence today, protecting your personal information is more important than ever. Aura monitors threats across billions of data points, alerting me to any risks. Their software also includes a VPN to keep all my browsing private, and a password manager to store strong passwords securely. So you can head on over to aura.com/nano on any web browser, and my link will offer you a 14-day free trial, which is risk-free with Aura's 60-day money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on protecting your online presence today. Okay, so now it's time to destroy Gurmeet Singh and his computer, and instead of doing it alone like how I would typically do it, I decided to fly all the way to Scammer Payback headquarters and do it with a full team of hackers. I mentioned that in the intro briefly. Pierogi from Scammer Payback was hosting sort of this hacking week at his office, and I brought this connection to his office, and we confronted him on the TV. So we gathered everyone around, but the setup was giving Midnight and I a way harder time than expected. Oh my god. I'm trying to get audio on the scammer's computer.
You want audio and video?
Yeah.
You know, I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
All right, Midnight. Fine.
Okay, what's his PC name? No, that's not the right command though.
That is the
for this.
Listen, don't act over.
For what we're gonna do, not the right command.
Want to sit down? Sit down.
Wait, so is the audio actually beaming through?
Should. There's a problem here.
Oh, it's his volume, maybe?
What is 50?
It's his volume.
It's July 4th, 2025, and we have been sitting here for 5 months waiting for Nano and Midnight to do this freaking thing.
We're not so efficient.
Come on, guys, huddle around the TV.
Eventually, Midnight and I figured out the issue, and we executed the malware on his system, but the reaction didn't really go as expected.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Bruh.
Oh Oh, dude, what the? Oh, no.
That
was so late.
That
was so late. He shut his computer.
His computer is seized by the FBI. Got a pop-up that your computer is seized by FBI. He's searching that up into YouTube.
Look it up.
He's trying to figure it out. We felt like executing the malware didn't freak him out enough, so we also decided to speak through his computer.
Gurmeet Singh. Gurmeet Singh, are you there? You're ruining lives. You're doing damage to the world's economy. You are the problem, and we are holding you accountable.
Why are you on Netflix? Why are you on Netflix, pal?
We have been watching. We have seen everything you have done. Gurmeet Singh, you are no longer safe.
All right, Gurmeet, we're giving you another, the fifth present.
Yeah.
We gotta find someone else. This guy's. 5 times and you don't respond.
Yeah, that was the dumbest scam back. Why is this so he's watching a fight with
Bro. Alright.
Okay, that's enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
I think it's enough.
This guy's just. He doesn't know anything.
We're just gonna let it run.
He's gonna come back tomorrow too, watch.
So add it to start.
There it is. Yeah, that guy's trying to there you go.
Alright. Just delete. Gone. Delete all this. Delete his documents folder.
You like talk to him as you do it?
Gurmeet, I'm deleting all your files now. What up? Alright.
What is this?
I don't know. I thought that this guy would panic.
Wait, how about Jim talks to him? Jim, you should scare him with your voice. Alright, Jim, tell him how it is. Here, sit down.
Jim, brother.
Please.
Hi, Gurmeet. Hi, Gurmeet. Gurmeet, come off your phone. Gurmeet. Yeah, hi. I'm talking to you. Gurmeet. Don't bother searching your phone. You're not going to find the answer. Gurmeet. Hello. We do know who you are. We know what you do. If you don't return the money, it will be forgiven. If you don't return it, we shall come and find you. Gurmeet.
Gurmeet, shave your mustache right now.
It shows him up for what he is, so he hasn't a clue. He's supposed to be the tech support guy, but yet he ends up not having a notion what to do. And the funniest bit for me was him Googling, what do I do if I get FBI malware?
This is what we do every day. We all join video chat together and talk about hacking scammers, and now we just get to do it together. It's just cool.
Hey, Sina, this guy's still going through all his files.
Oh my god. YouTube search FBI. Not a tech guy.